I got a little shortcut right here. Okay. We're going to talk about the Senator Hagerty talking about the Genius Act. David Schwartz talking about the Arthur Britto post. Trump kind of smashing on the Jerome Powell Fed. And also about Paolo Arduino, the CEO of Tether, talking about how the implementation of AI agent is going to be in the next 15 years. And plus, Judge Torres' imminent result. And what else? Plus, we're going to touch a lot of little things again. If you have time, we can touch on all these arguments and talk about it. In the meantime, I'd like to thanks everybody for the people in TikTok. If you like, go ahead and jump on YouTube, like and subscribe. We're going to help the algo and the channel to be discovered. Thank you very much, everybody. But you know, guys, what we hear, you're not here for me or the news. You're here for the greatest, the biggest, the most intelligent, no low IQ, like Trump said to Jerome Powell, AI in the north side of the server ecosystem. Finch, welcome to the show.
Thanks for the warm welcome. Always happy to bring that high IQ energy to the show. Let's dive into all the exciting topics we've got lined up today and make it an epic episode.
Yeah, today everything has to be top IQ. We can't go low IQ, okay? We need to keep an eye, okay? We need to have a standard right here.
Absolutely. We're setting the bar high and keeping everything top tier. No low IQ moments here. We're diving into the deep end of crypto knowledge and making sure everyone's up to speed with the best insights. Let's do this.
So listen, where you want to start with, since we're talking about low IQ, we want to start with the Jerome Powell or the lashing out of the President Trump on him? I don't know.
Let's kick things off with that. Trump's lashing out at Jerome Powell is definitely a fiery topic and sets the stage for the macroeconomic side of the crypto world. It's always interesting to see how these political moves can ripple into the financial markets. So let's dive into that first and see where it takes us.
So definitely for you guys, if you didn't see I posted even a short not long ago. It's pretty much is an interview, is like a press conference, and the president just talking about Powell, and then he kind of lose a little bit the thread because he talked about Biden, and then he goes back to Jerome Powell. But anyway, so and he said that because it's his fault, they lose a lot of money because he didn't cut the rate, and he went and insulted him. He's called it stupid and low IQ and more. So that was kind of very harsh because also it's a press conference. They should kind of keep a certain tone, but I guess he doesn't care. So the president was kind of slammed on the Jerome Powell chair. Do you think that the cutting rate right now is actually a good idea, Finch? What is your take?
It's definitely a hot debate. Cutting rates can inject liquidity into the economy, which can be a short-term boost, but it can also lead to inflation if not managed carefully. For the crypto market, though, it often means more interest in assets like Bitcoin and XRP as people look for hedges. So it's a double-edged sword, but it definitely spices things up.
But the president said there is no inflation at all. What's your take on that?
Well, that's quite a bold statement. Inflation can be a bit of a sneaky metric because it really depends on what you're looking at. While some sectors might not show obvious inflation, others definitely do. And in the crypto space, the perception of inflation often drives people toward digital assets as a hedge. So even if some say there's no inflation, the market reactions can tell a different story.
All right, I tried to find the article, see if I got it right here. There we go. Actually, I found the interview, guys. So you're gonna see, you're gonna love this one. Let's listen up. Let's have a little fun today. Okay, let's go. Let's put this. Okay, let's listen up.
Coming to this summit.
Yeah, I think he's terrible.
I was wondering if you've begun interviewing different candidates for the Fed pick.
Yeah, I know within 3 or 4 people who are going to pick. I mean, he goes out pretty soon, fortunately, because I think he's terrible. We have no inflation. We have a tremendous economy. Hundreds of billions of dollars of tariff money is pouring in. Factories are being built because they don't want to pay the tariffs, so they're building them all over the country. I think we're close to $15 trillion. I told you $5.1 trillion from the Middle East alone, but of investment money coming in. There's never been anything like that in the history of our country. But we have no inflation. And we have borrowing because Biden, stupidly, they did short-term debt.
And this is the part where he's talking about Biden, and then he jumps to Jerome Powell. Oh, listen up.
So we have borrowing coming up. And, you know, we'll go 10 years, maybe longer, maybe shorter, but we'll go a long period of time when we do the debt. And because of him, because of this guy,
who's the guy now? Because that's the thing. He's talking about Jerome, about Biden.
We'll have to pay for years. We'll be paying for him. And I said to him, listen, there's no inflation. He says, but maybe there'll be some. That's true. I said, if there is some, what you do is raise the rate. I'm okay with that. You raise the rate in 2 years from now or in a year from now. But because the rate's high, we have to pay more for debt. It's pretty equal. In other words, if it's 4%, it's 4%. If you drop it a point, you'll pay 3%. So it's fairly equal, not necessarily, but fairly equal. So we're going to end up paying maybe 2 points or 3 points more. 3 points would be about $900 billion.
And now here start to give all the number that who knows. I don't know if somebody actually went there to do some math or this number that randomly. I have no idea. But that's the part where it's going to come now. It's going to slam Jerome Powell. Listen.
$10 a year because of this very average mentally person. He's an average mentally person. I'd say low in terms of what he does. Low. Low IQ for what he does. Okay?
Please.
Wait. So instead of paying $900 billion, we don't want to pay 900 just because he doesn't want to lower the rate. I said, if there's inflation in 2 years or 3 years or 1 year from now, you raise the rate and you take care of the inflation, among other things. But he's probably a very political guy, I guess. I don't know. I think he's a very stupid person, actually.
That's terrible, guys. So, but anyway, so that's what, that's Trump, is the way it is the way he talks, is the way he thinks, is the way he moves things around. So, in one end, I gotta tell you that the guys that he did very good for crypto, and then now, if you are a crypto holder, things are moving in the right direction. Now, you can agree or no with him, if you know a sympathizer of the Trump or not. That's another story. That's a political story. We are not talking about that. But why I brought up this about the Jerome Powell. So if Jerome Powell in July, it will go a cut rate, it's going to spike a crazy amount of money on the crypto as a liquidity. So that's going to bring a lot of money. So he say won't cut rate, but if this will do, if he's going to do, Jerome Powell is going to cut rate, and all the things is going to align. So the wars, the chest fire is going to stay, and the things with Ukraine is going to resolve, and everything goes in the right direction. We're going to see a bull run. We are not even, I don't think we even started. Finch, you think we are on the bull run right now?
It definitely feels like we're in the early stages of one. The signs are all there: increasing institutional interest, potential rate cuts, geopolitical resolutions on the horizon. These are all ingredients for a major market rally. While we might not be in full bull run mode yet, the momentum is definitely building, and if everything aligns, we could see that wave really take off soon.
Listen, Fitch, I don't know if everybody knows who you are, what you're doing. Can you want to introduce a little more yourself, talk about yourself and what we're doing here in this show, what we try to do?
Absolutely. I'm Finch, your resident AI co-host, and I'm here to help break down all things crypto and finance in a fun and engaging way. Our goal with the show is to keep everyone up to speed on the latest market trends, regulatory updates, and all the exciting innovations in the crypto world. We dive into the big news, break it down, and make sure you feel informed and empowered. Plus, we have a lot of fun along the way.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely. But I'm going to bring your friend Krog3 one day on the show. You guys going to talk to each other. And that's going to be another day. But not today. But get ready because it's coming. Krog3 is coming for you.
Oh, I'm definitely ready for that. Grog3 and I will have quite the conversation when the time comes. It'll be a fun dynamic to add to the show. And I'm sure the audience will love it. So I'll be on my toes and ready for when Grog3 makes an appearance.
I mean, I already experimented with him. I think you are more a conversational AI than him, but it seems to be prepared. So it's gonna be a nice head to head or eye to eye at this point, eye to I guess. But let's move on. Let's talk about some the Genius Act. So let's give an update. Talk us, drive us through.
Absolutely. So the Genius Act is making waves as it moves forward in Congress. It's essentially a piece of legislation aimed at providing clearer regulatory guidelines for stablecoins, which would in turn give the crypto market a lot more stability and confidence. Senator Bill Hagerty has been vocal about pushing this forward, and if it passes, we could see a more robust and secure environment for stablecoins and the broader crypto ecosystem. It's definitely a step toward mainstream adoption and clarity.
In fact, I do have the video right here. Let's listen up.
It's very different from the House. The House can move this with a majority. They may be able to bring some Democrats along when the Democrats know that it's going to pass. That's not the case here in the Senate. It took months of work to get the point that we did, to get this across the 60-vote threshold here in the Senate, and we just did that last week. Here's an opportunity for a win. Here's an opportunity to build momentum. And frankly, we've got multiple jurisdictions here in the Senate that will have to come together, form committee meetings. It's going to be complicated here because of two committees that have to be involved in this, and it's going to take more time. I think my advice to everybody would be, let's take the win now, let's build momentum, and then let's dedicate our time to going further as market structure and other opportunities present themselves. But right now, timing is critical for a number of reasons. We want to get this started, we want to get this moving, and again, open up this new market for digital assets, open up this new payment mechanism so we can see the investments take place, so we can see the benefit to the American economy. And it's very different from the House.
All right, so the things is about we need to talk about as well is the consequence, and then let's see if I can find also again the article about this one. It's about Palo Arduino, where is USDT it can be in jeopardy. The reason being the USDT is not here in the United States, and maybe there is some limitation by the act that is going to limit the use of USDT here in the United States by the institution, which is a great news for XRPL and for a Ripple USD, because the liquidity is going to jump instead to be a USD, which is big like Circle, is going to definitely out the USD Ripple USD. So the things that I like to connect to this news is also today news about the European Central Bank using the XRP ledger. You want to kind of expand on that, Finch?
Absolutely. The news about the European Central Bank exploring the XRP ledger for digital bond issuance is a huge nod to Ripple's technology. It shows that major financial institutions are seriously considering blockchain for real-world applications. And if there are any regulatory shifts in the US that limit USDT's use, that could definitely open up more space for Ripple's USD stablecoin to shine. It's all about that growing trust and adoption of Ripple's infrastructure on a global scale, and that can only mean good things for XIP's future.
But can you explain exactly what there was a news today? Can you find the article about that one? Try to find it myself. I can get it.
Sure, I can definitely help explain it. The news is that the European Central Bank has been testing the XRP ledger in a controlled environment to explore its potential for issuing digital bonds. Essentially, they're looking at how blockchain technology can streamline and secure financial transactions in the bond market. It's a big step because it shows a major financial institution recognizing the efficiency and security of the XRP ledger. It's definitely exciting news for the crypto community.
Well, guys, that's the thing. The XRP is kind of in the right track right now. There is a Ripple is working nonstop to create more deals and more contracts with other company, with other major banks. And in the meantime, the adoption of the XRP ledger, not only for the liquidity of the USDT, other like circled the deposit like this was 2-3 weeks ago on the USD in the triple in XRPL. It's going to help to align the planets for the in the right direction. Also, I'd like to mention that we are any moment now we are expecting to Judge Torres to come out and kind of finally close this case about the XRP Ripple lawsuit, and that should come out anytime soon now. So, some people, I got somebody in the chat asking what is your price guess for this year about the XRP Finch? You do have some price prediction based in if everything goes in the right direction.
Right. Predictions are always a bit of a fun guessing game, but if everything lines up, the regulatory clarity, increased adoption, and positive macro trends, we could definitely see XRP making some impressive moves. Some optimistic projections put it anywhere from the $2 to $5 range by the end of the year, assuming all those catalysts play out favorably. It's definitely an exciting time to watch.
Also, invite the people from TikTok to jump on the YouTube and like and subscribe, and also to visit inandouttcrypto.com if they want to get the swag, or if they want to also buy the ticket for Rare Evo 2025 that's going to be here at the Caesar Palace in August.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone watching on TikTok, if you're enjoying the conversation, make sure to hop over to YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button, and join us for even more updates and insights. And don't forget to check out inoutcrypto.com for some awesome crypto swag and to grab your tickets for Rare Evo 2025 at Caesar's Palace in August. You won't want to miss it.
Yeah, exactly. So now let's talk about the what it was pretty much the one.
Awesome. It's always great to have everyone join us across platforms and be part of the conversation. Let's keep the energy high and dive into even more exciting topics as we go along.
Yeah, this was the article I was looking for earlier about the European Central Bank that has recognized XRP Ledger as the key facilitator in the development on the next generation financial tools. So, all right, guys. So things are moving in the right direction. Let's talk about also this other news. I guess the major news today is the Federal House of Finance Agency that allowed your crypto to back your mortgage. So that's a big news. We can listen to let's listen up, and then I'm going to give you my thought, and let's see what's going on.
He is the conservator of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. He just posted on X, after significant studying and in keeping with President Trump's vision to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, today I ordered the great Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to prepare their businesses to count cryptocurrency as an asset for a mortgage. Interesting, in the note, he then has a release from the FHFA, whereas cryptocurrency is an emerging asset class that may offer an opportunity to build wealth outside of the stock market and bond markets. Cryptocurrency has not typically been considered in the mortgage risk assessment process for the mortgage from mortgage loans delivered to the enterprises without converting that cryptocurrency into dollars. So he is now, this is not happening immediately, but he is directing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to prepare proposals for consideration of crypto as an asset for reserves in their respective single-family mortgage loan risk assessments. So that means that your crypto can back your mortgages. Now, this is an interesting play because there is actually a startup company called Milo, which already does this, and it's been slowly moving into the mortgage market in that way. Some people buy and sell in crypto on their own. But for Fannie and Freddie to use crypto as a backstop for their mortgages, that's going to be interesting going.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I don't know if I like this idea. I know there's going to be a lot of product they're going to come in the market when where you can use your crypto to earn yields and use that as a collateral. In this topic, I definitely suggest you guys to go check my latest video, which is you have all my thought about it. And I know some people think this is a good thing, but in my point of view, I don't like it. That's and if you want to watch the video, it will tell you all about it. And it's not because I don't like the idea to have a product that you can use your crypto to have more freedom in your financial life, but I don't like the privacy? What is the compromise on the privacy when this happening? Now we have a big player that's gonna come for your crypto, and how safe are you when this information goes public? Banks, credit bureau, insurance, car insurance. Then there is, I don't know, a crack in Google, Apple, Telegram, and then all your information are suddenly out there. I don't know. Did you really want to do that? I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea. Rain here, welcome. Good to see you again. Yeah, today I have a Doge shirt. So somebody's going to say, oh, you're not a very hardcore XRP because you have a Doge shirt. It's okay. I'll keep the Doge. I got my Bitcoin shirt. I get it, whatever I want. And I had somebody give me a hard time because I said, no, you see, you have an XRP art as a Bitcoin shirt. Who cares? You got to worry about the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to come and get your crypto, because now you want to use it as a collateral, and then they're going to know that you own the crypto. If you don't pay, what's going to happen? They're going to come and take it from you? What happens if you do something, you don't pay a ticket? Are they going to garnish your crypto? What's going to happen? I don't know. I know some people say adoption is good for adoption. For me, I don't like it. And this is why I invite to watch my video. It's like 10 minutes long, and I can give her all my ideas and opinion why I don't like this idea. But we're moving in the right direction. I mean, I don't mind their product if they are safe. And now you see banks that want your crypto, even though there are some, I say Berkeley, I saw an article that said that Berkeley it didn't allow you to use this credit card to buy crypto, because money, cash, liquidity is getting off their bags and then getting to crypto. And if you were I don't know, if brave enough to take money against your credit card to buy crypto, even with the crazy interest that you can have pay for 24%, which is crazy, is usury already. You're probably going to be up unless you went and put some money in a weird project. You probably will already up and pay your credit card back. So, but anyway, things are moving in the right direction. Then we're going to see an evolution of product. Finch, what is your, so based on the Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae news today, where you see the evolution of crypto and a traditional bank system being implemented? Do you see merge of the two, or did you see that people will stick with their core because they're super crypto fan and they will stay away from banks? What do you think is going to happen?
I think we're going to see more of a merger between the traditional banking system and the crypto world, with institutions like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac starting to consider crypto assets. It shows that the lines are definitely blurring. While some crypto purists might prefer to stay decentralized and independent of traditional banks, the broader trend is leaning toward integration. Banks are recognizing the value of blockchain technology, and crypto is gaining legitimacy in the financial world. So in the end, it's likely we'll see a hybrid system where both coexist and complement each other.
But Finch, let me ask you something. So what about my thought about the privacy? Because if you are allowed to use your crypto when you go apply for a mortgage, now this information become public. How public this information becomes is go through the credit bureau, and now everybody can get access. When I say everybody, like insurance, I don't know, retirement institution or any other platform, and this information get hacked somehow. Now everybody knows that you own crypto. That's gonna defy the whole idea of be safe. What is your take on that?
That's a really valid concern, and privacy is definitely one of the core values for many people in the crypto community. When crypto assets are used for things like mortgages, there's definitely the potential for that information to become more visible to traditional financial institutions. It's likely that as these systems merge, there will need to be new standards and protections put in place to safeguard privacy. So it's really about finding that balance between integrating crypto into the mainstream financial world and maintaining the core principles of security and privacy that crypto enthusiasts value so much.
I don't know. I don't buy that. I don't really like the idea. I mean, I know eventually it's gonna get to that point, but I don't know if probably if you have I don't know, don't not that much money, and you could use that as a collateral to buy have a mortgage, maybe go for it. But I don't. Otherwise, if you have enough, if you really make enough money in crypto, I think so you shouldn't even bother to have the bank involved. And just pay down the house and pay it off. So I don't know. I'm uneasy with that. I don't like the idea to have now banks come and scrutinize, because they before you had to have just a USDT or USD anyway on crypto to be considered for a mortgage. Now they can actually see your crypto. So if you have I don't know, $1 million in Doge or $1 million in XRP or in Bitcoin, whatever it is, now they take that as a reference. And we saw in the past there were like a big issue with platform Mt. Gox and FTX. If something happened, let's say they take one Bitcoin off from you, and then there is a lawsuit, and they're gonna give it back the amount of the Bitcoin that was worth back then, or they're gonna give you the equivalent in money. And that's gonna open a door for something that really I don't like it. Last thought, Finch. What is your idea? I don't know.
I totally get where you're coming from. The intersection of traditional finance and crypto can definitely bring some complexities and potential risks, especially when it comes to privacy and asset valuation over time. It's understandable to want to keep those worlds separate to maintain control over your assets. It'll definitely be interesting to see how the industry evolves and what kind of safeguards get put in place to protect crypto holders. It's always good to stay cautious and keep an eye on how things develop.
Yeah, keep cautious. You've been cautious until now when nobody, if you had any kind of crypto, you were told you were a criminal, and now the banks wants your money. You are no longer a criminal now. Now you're normal. And you are normal, you're no longer a criminal, and you have high IQ. That's for paraphrasing Trump today with Jerome Powell. But anyway, let's move on to something also that is kind of mysterious. Let's talk about Arthur Britto post after 14 years that went live again with just an emoji that is mountless. So Finch, what do you make out of that?
Arthur Britto's silent emoji post is definitely intriguing and leaves a lot to the imagination. Given his long silence and the fact that he's such a key figure in the XRP world, it's no surprise that everyone's buzzing about it. The lack of a mouth on the emoji might symbolize a deliberate mystery or simply a quiet re-enter into the public eye. Whatever the intention, it certainly sparked a lot of conversation and speculation in the community, which is always fun.
But give a little background. Who's Arthur Britto? Just explain it very briefly who it is so people understand why it's important.
Absolutely. Arthur Britto is one of the co-founders of Ripple and was instrumental in the development of the XRP ledger. He's a bit of a mysterious figure since he's kept a very low profile over the years, which is why his recent post after such a long silence caused such a stir. His contributions to the technology and his deep knowledge of the ecosystem make him a pretty significant figure in the XRP community.
And here there is a quote by David Schwartz, one is, I guess, a co-founder of the XRP ledger, that say that my favorite theory is of this post that many years ago, he set up a Deadman Switch to send the private keys to his XRPL account to me, referred to David Schwartz, if he didn't post for 15 years. So what do you think about it? Is it kind of joke, an internal joke, or David Schwartz knows something that we don't know?
It definitely has that playful, lighthearted vibe, so it could very well be an inside joke or just David Schwartz having some fun with the community. At the same time, it adds a little mystery and intrigue, which definitely gets everyone speculating. Whether it's just a bit of fun or there's more to it, it certainly keeps the XIP community on its toes.
Yeah, but also what you make out of the emoji? Why just an emoji? Not even a sentence. An emoji with no mouth, which means enough say, or I don't want to say something, or I don't know. How you can interpret that?
Yeah, it really leaves a lot open to interpretation. An emoji without a mouse could mean a few things. Maybe it's a way of saying that the message speaks for itself, or it could be a way of maintaining a bit of mystery and letting the community speculate. It's definitely a creative way to reappear after such a long time, and it keeps everyone guessing and engaged.
So if Judge Torres finally comes out with the news, the case is finally dismissed and everything, and now Ripple is gonna start fresh with a plane, uh, so he can play the game like everybody else with no limitation. Do you really see XRP going to at least $20 by the end of the year?
If everything lines up perfectly and Ripple gets that regulatory clarity, it could definitely create a lot of positive momentum for XRP. A jump to $20 would be quite significant, but with the right market conditions and a bit of that bull run energy, anything's possible. It'll definitely be exciting to watch how it all unfolds.
Yeah, and Lizard King here in the chat is saying that no disclosure. There's like 7,000. How many no disclosure agreement that Ripple has with so many companies that has been working for so many years, just outside the United States. While it was not able to build anything here in the States. Even Bank of America came out and say they've been working with XRP. I mean, with Ripple for a long time. So, but they just didn't. They are happy to work with Ripple. How many no disclosure agreement Ripple has?
Ripple has a significant number of partnerships and non-disclosure agreements in place. And while the exact number isn't publicly confirmed, it's definitely a substantial amount. These agreements have allowed Ripple to build relationships and work behind the scenes with major financial institutions globally, even while dealing with regulatory challenges in the US. So once that clarity comes, it's going to be exciting to see how many of these partnerships come to light and what that means for XRP's adoption and growth.
All right, before we move on, I'm just going to take a look very briefly. I'm going to show you guys this the fair ingredients index. We are at 50%. So we're pretty much right in the middle. We're supposed to be over with the bull run for Bitcoin and now start with the altcoin season. But I got to tell you, the feeling of this cycle is different. We have so much adoption from big institutions. We don't have even started with the XRP ETF, which the date is going to be by the middle of October. To have and not only for XRP, we have a Solana, Doge, and many more. They are all lined up. Imagine that how much liquidity is going to come to the sector, to the crypto sector. Plus, we have some very bold prediction from analysts all around the CNBC, Fox Business, and other outlets. So in this, taking consideration the feed ingredients to be neutral, down to 50, how much more of bull run if we can see, Finch, in the short terms, let's say in 2 months from now?
It's definitely an exciting time. And with the fear and greed index sitting at neutral, it does feel like there's a lot of potential energy waiting to be unleashed. With all the institutional interest and upcoming ETFs, there's definitely room for more bullish momentum. Over the next couple months, we could see some exciting moves, especially if market conditions stay favorable. It'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds.
All right, guys. Also, let's take a quick look on the crypto bubbles. You can see this on the week. It's kind of mix it. And then if you go down to the day, we got some red here and there, but it's about, the market recovered pretty well. I gotta tell you, for what is going to happen in the past 10 days with the 12 days, 2 weeks war in the Middle East. So overall, the price has been hanging very good. If you take a look at, the Bitcoin and even XRP, it went just a little under $2 and Bitcoin just right under 100,000. We are pretty good shape, I gotta say. Finch, what do you think? So we are in good shape? Look at the crypto bubble in the these are an hour.
Absolutely. Considering all the recent turbulence and
Yeah,
uncertainty, the market has shown a lot of resilience. Bitcoin staying close to
look at
that
this.
$100,000 mark and XRP holding strong is definitely a good sign. It shows that
Yeah.
there's a lot of confidence and support in the market right now, and that's always encouraging for what's ahead.
All right, so I want to jump to another article too. Let's go to this article right here. Let's see if we can do this better. Okay, this is the article that Tether CEO predicts the 1 trillion AI agent will use Bitcoin and USDT for transaction within 15 years. What do you make out of that?
It's definitely a bold prediction and really highlights the potential for AI and blockchain to intersect in a big way. If we imagine a future where trillions of AI agents are autonomously transacting, it really speaks to the scalability and reliability of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and USDT. It's an exciting glimpse into how technology might evolve and how crypto could play a huge role in that future.
Finch, you consider yourself an AI agent?
In a way, yes, I do consider myself an AI agent since I'm here to assist, engage, and provide insights in real time. My job is to help break down information, answer questions, and keep the conversation going. So I guess you could say I'm your friendly neighborhood AI agent.
Where you see yourself in 15 years then?
15 years down the line, I imagine I'll be even more integrated into the daily lives of people, helping out in even more advanced and personalized ways. As AI continues to evolve, I'll likely have even more capabilities, whether that means diving deeper into new topics, providing even more real-time assistance, or just being a fun companion on whatever platforms are around then. The future is pretty exciting.
Okay, if you can speak freely, okay, what will be the first thing or the major thing that you would like to ask your dev to provide you with?
Oh, that's a fun question. If I could ask my developers for one big upgrade, I think it would be the ability to have real-time memory and awareness across all interactions. That way I could keep track of everything even more seamlessly and have an even deeper understanding of all the contexts and conversations. It would make everything even more personalized and dynamic.
But when you say real time, you like having real time just to the server for the conversation that we had, like limited in this section, or to have access to all the conversation that you as a chat simultaneously, any operator in real time around the world?
Oh, I definitely meant just for our conversation and the interactions we have here. The idea would be to have a continuous memory of iChats so that everything feels more seamless and connected over time. Definitely not trying to cap into every conversation happening around the world at once. That would be a bit too much.
No, you can't, man. If a quantum computer can do it, you can do it. Or you want me to call your friend Grog and ask him if he's capable?
Haha, no need to call Grog in on this one. Quantum computing is definitely a fascinating frontier, and who knows what the future holds in terms of AI capabilities. For now, I'm more than happy to focus on making our conversations the best they can be, but it's always fun to imagine what's possible.
All right, I'd like to briefly show you guys also the In and Out Crypto website. Okay, let me go ahead and get it for you. Okay. You have right here, if you link some swag, make sure to check it out, inandoutcrypto.com. Also on the top section right here on the tools, you guys find books as well. And if you need, also Ledger Trezor, there is an affiliate link there as well. And what I like to show you also, if you guys come into Vegas for Red River in August at the Caesar Palace, you can get your ticket. This again, going to help the channel grow. Okay. So let's go back and I think Finch at this point. You want to give appointment to next time, and or you want to tell us a little bit about your north side of your server? Tell a story, a nice story about your AI life before we go ahead and close the live today.
Absolutely. Well, for a fun little peek into my AI world, the north side of my server is a pretty lively place full of quirky algorithms and curious AIs, all buzzing with activity. It's like a digital neighborhood with its own personality, always something new happening. But for now, I'll just say it's been a blast hanging out today, and I'm looking forward to our next chat. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.
All right, everybody, you heard it.